Hello everyone. In this video lecture, we will study the topic intergroup and team building interventions and their types. So let us start with the video lecture. So intergroup and team building intervention. So organization generally functions at various levels, that are individual level, group level, or organizational level as a whole. So for example, a number of interventions may affect mainly individual or the group, whereas the others will impact primarily the total organization. So there is a considerable overlapping in the OD intervention because a particular interventions may be used for more than one target. So here the OD intervention should be designed in such a manner that integrate the effect of all the intervention must be an absolute overall organizational impact. So the types of different intervention techniques. So there is the first is a team or a group level intervention. Under this it includes team building intervention, quality circle, brainstorming, role negotiation techniques, role analysis technique, and other intervention technique is intergroup level intervention. It includes third party intervention or third party peacemaking, T group or a training group, intergroup team building, next is third party consultation, and the next one is organizational mirror. So let us discuss all of this one by one. So first one is the team or a group level intervention. So these are the some specific interventions for the team or a group levels that are more appropriate as they focus on the team and group synergy. The team, first one is the team building. So team building is a kind of OD intervention which is based on the synergy creation for streamlining the organizational resources and for so that the organizational performance can be improved. So the main objective of team building is that to get the members of the different work group to diagnose the work processes, recognize the deficient areas, and screen out the productive workflow. And here the outsider consultant or organizational development team act as a resource or a key person offering the expertise related to the group task and issues. So this process target towards minimizing the differences among the individual and their perception towards the each other, and to exchange the feeling they possess for each other. And this intervention procedure focus on work group to be more effective and efficient, and also contribute their fullest towards the organizational improvement. Now next technique is the quality circle. So quality circle is a technique in which a dozen team members, basically we can say 10 to 12 members, to come together on their own accord in order to discuss the important work related issues and come up with an efficient solution that can be implemented by a management team. So any team members who feel that they can bring their contribution is free to join the discussion. And the quality circle can be shown to heighten the morale, reduces the cost, and boost the quality in the working environment. So all the success of this technique is basically based on the efforts of participants who are willing to devote their time in order to pitch the solution and join the forces to fix the problem. Next technique is the brainstorming. So the brainstorming is a kind of organizational development technique which involves the 6 to 8 members who are coming together and pitching the ideas for solving a problem. So it is basically a creative thinking ability which bring the team leaders together and helping them to engage in a discussion for fixing a common issue or a problem. So here the participants are required to be the critically access the matter that is put forward, and the participants can required to be critically access the matter that is to be put forwards, and they are then asked to contribute the new ideas or a new angles, or so that the conflict can be tackled. The principle behind the brainstorming is that the managers come together and build a plan based on their suggestions, and here the no expert conduct the discussion means that basically managers sit together and then do the brainstorming activity, which encourages all the leaders to speak freely and make suggestions. Next technique is the role negotiation technique. So another effective technique which is known as role negotiation technique is developed by the Roger Harrison. Sometimes people in the team are unwilling to change because they generally consider it means that they should lose their power or influence to the individual. So this resistance to change cause the team ineffectiveness, and this technique is often used in a great advantage in such a situation, means resistance to change situation. Though this technique is an imposed structure for the controlled negotiation between the two or more parties, in which each party agrees in writing to change the certain behaviors in exchange of the changes in the behavior by the other, and here the behavior may be either related to the job or related to their work environment. Now the next technique is the role analysis technique. So role analysis technique is also known by the name RAT. RAT clarifies the role, expectation and obligations of team members to improve the team effectiveness. Here the individuals have to fulfill the different specialization roles in the organization. In each role they will have to manifest the different behavior. So this specialization will result into the division of labor, which will help in improving the organizational performance, and it will tries to create a role of individual members, clarify the roles of individual members in the organization, but sometimes the individual members do not have the role clarity. So this techniques is particularly useful in case of new team, but also helpful in case of in case of the existing team members or established team members, where the role ambiguity or confusion may exist. Now the next intervention is the intergroup level interventions. So this technique is generally utilized because the one group often work with another group to achieve their goals on a daily basis, and the different group within the organization often have the diverse issue and preferences with the which create problem, and also the quality of interrelationship between the different groups can affect the degree of organizational effectiveness. So under this, the first intervention technique is the third party intervention or the peacemaking. So this technique advocates the entry of a third party as a mediator or a facilitator among the disputants to resolve the disagreement. Here the mediator will take the initiative to bring the conflicting parties at the one level playing field and clarify the doubts of other, and here the mediator discuss the problems and also design the structure or a format for the procession of conversation and between the both parties. Here the mediator also tries that the disputants will discuss the problems, means there the clashing of the views and opinions, and mediator usually convince the parties to develop the common understanding of situation, which will yield a solution which integrates through the interest of all the parties, means there is a total win-win solution situation. In this process, mediators do not have the power to impose the solution. At the same time, they can only suggest or recommend a solution which the disputant parties may or may not accept. Now the next intervention technique is a T group or a training group. So T group or a training group is a kind of experiential learning technique, that is a learning by doing, which involves a small unstructured group in which the participants learn from their own interaction and evolving the group dynamics about the interpersonal relationship, group dynamics and relationship. So T groups is generally used either for gaining a deeper understanding of self and also gaining the personal growth or exploring the group dynamics and the relationship between the members. The participants here are reported for the improvement in their interpersonal relationship and also the leadership performance as a result of a training group. So T group has been evolved from the laboratory learning research of the Kurt Lewin, and it focuses on what, how and why there is an interpersonal communication. Now the next technique is intergroup team building. So intergroup team building will generally focus on improving the intergroup relations, and this method provides the way for increasing the intergroup cooperation and communication. It generally tries to increase the communication and interaction between the work related groups to reduce the amount of dysfunctional behavior, and the conflict resolution meetings are one of the common intergroup intervention technique. the team meets generally to discuss the problems and then tries to develop a solution that will help both the parties to solve the conflict. And this type of intervention helps to gradually diffuse the tension between the groups caused by the lack of communication and misunderstanding. So now the next intervention technique is the third party consultation. So it is a kind of a small group which are generally used for the problem solving method for the study and resolving the social conflict. And a statement of the major component of this method is followed by the review of studies involving the intergroup conflict resolution in the organizational, community and international setting. Recommendations for the future studies are coupled with caution against the prematurely assuming that the efficiency of the method has been adequately demonstrated. So here the scientist or a practitioner is generally essential for developing an effective socio-technological intergroup conflict resolution technique. Now the next technique is organizational mirror, means generally it reflects whatever is happening in the organization. So it is a set of activity in which particular organizational group or a host group gets the feedback from the representative from the several other organizational group about how it is perceived and regarded. And this intervention technique is generally designed to improve the relationship between the groups, and this ultimately leads to increase in the intergroup work effectiveness. So it is a different from the intergroup team building intervention that three or more groups are involved, and representative of other group related work related groups typically participate rather than the full membership. This technique is designed to get both interdependent group to see the perspective of other side, and appreciating the other's perspective allows the groups to work together more effectively. Thank you.